Hello Indie Game fan, DUELYST is back. The fan-favorite collectible tactics title ran from 2015 to 2020 but was shut down due to declining player counts, but a team of fans were given the blessing of the original developers Counterplay Games to fully remake this title with the original assets, where it's currently on Kickstarter seeking funding. I love shining a spotlight on weird and interesting games, where Verses of Enchantment immediately got my attention due to the trailer being a competitive card game where you are a wizard battling others with cards that also result in AI-generated poetry. With the recent rise of AI through GPT-3 and art generation tools like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion, there have been a whole bunch of controversy and honestly, some pretty bad looking games using AI generated assets, but this seems different, while I love how ridiculous the premise is, combined with the almost Magic the Gathering style card designs and the use of classic paintings as the art.
Ash is but dust with a history. A history carried by those who remember what it was, for as long as they remain. In time, my future will turn to ash.
This video is brought to you by Blood of Yamin, a Metroidvania RPG that has quite the intriguing setting, where it takes place in a world on the cusp of an industrial revolution, where mankind has just learned how to harvest the essence of a dead god, with more sinister things lurking in the dark. This is a pixel art entry with some impressive backdrops, where it's attempting to add more RPG systems to the familiar side-scrolling action. With equipment and loot, stats, skill trees, and dialogue options, we're even able to build and spec out your character into a mage, archer, or warrior equivalent, which makes this quite a different kind of experience. However, the Metroidvania-style traversal abilities are still there, with a variety of biomes to explore, ranging from lava to snowy mountains. This is currently on Kickstarter, so head on over to check out the campaign, and do hop on over to their Steam page to drop them a wishlist if interested, where they have showed off a whole bunch of lore, concept art, music, and even an internal working prototype, showing that the developers have put in the work. The developer of Resistance 2040X did reach out to me, having described this as a Nidhogg-like, where, yes, of course, based on the trailer footage, looks to be exactly that. It's a 1v1 simplified fighting game where you have to take out your opponent and run towards their side of the screen, crossing the goal line in order to win the match, with a pretty stylish look as well. We also have the Kickstarter campaign of Sandwalkers, a pixel art roguelite RPG from the developers of Legend of Keepers, looking similar in the basic idea, but with a fresh twist to it. Instead of being the dungeon master and having the heroes enter your lair, you're instead journeying across the desert searching for arable land to plant the seed of a new tree city in order to end centuries of wandering in the desert. It has awesome character designs, an inventory management system, choices to make, and some beautiful pixel art, where the Kickstarter campaign seems to primarily be because of physical rewards, where the developer's history has me very confident in this project. Flat Eye was initially supposed to launch in October, but it got delayed, being a management sim where you're running what is essentially a futuristic gas station, but does have a twist of its own. Primarily, that is because it has an emphasis on story and narrative choices, so it's not your typical tycoon game where the art style does stand out as well. The futuristic tech, and, at least based on the vibe that I get from the trailer, does seem a little dystopic with some Aperture-like corporation running things, but it certainly got my attention and is one to watch where you can get a better feel for this game with this trailer.
As a new employee of Flat Eye, You are in charge of a one-stop gas station for all your auto and technology-based needs. At FlatEye, we aim to provide our customers with the ultimate in customer service and convenience. Due to the estimated popularity of your FlatEye location, please ensure that all your modules are well maintained to provide a pleasant guest experience. Your top-of-the-line register will do most of the heavy lifting, but you'll want to ensure you check them out quickly for a positive review score. The keystone to any FlatEye store is the ability to install new, exciting modules which will attract premium customers, but we'll cover those in a second. The R&D department at the iLife Corporation are hard at work making the newest and greatest technological advancements for the betterment of humanity. Remember when I mentioned premium customers? These are your most loyal guests. They will arrive based on your technology upgrades and bring with them stories from their lives. These experiences and insights into humanity will be key to our growth as a company.
I happen to have a number of city builders in this video, one of which is the fantastic looking Outlanders, a chill city builder title where you're guiding these villagers to live their best life. It is set in an area known as the Outlands, which, despite the ominous sounding name, does not have any danger or combat elements, where you're instead following the lives of the various townspeople and helping them achieve their goals, all without direct control of them, so perhaps it is more akin to an old school God game, where it is actually currently available on iOS but will be getting a Steam version. I've had my eye on Spindle for the longest time since their main character is an interpretation of Death or the Grim Reaper and has shown up in other indie crossover titles over the years, but I always wondered where the main game was, so here it is. It is a Zelda-style action-adventure game set in a world where nobody dies anymore, which seems like utopia but leads to a whole bunch of problems, so pick up your scythe and your little pig companion and get to work. The other city builder title that looks awesome is Wonderful, one that is not purely such an entry, adding in elements of exploration, building and strategy as well. You start off at the center of the world with a few tiles in hand, placing them down to uncover the world, where there are different biomes to explore, hidden powers of each tile and even a day-night cycle, looking to be advancing the concept of the relaxing city builder popularized by games such as Outlanders, and Romantic, with an adorable look as well. One of the best games of 2021 is Grime, an unnerving 2D Souls-like title due to the atypical enemy designs, where they just announced the Colors of Rot free DLC update with a new massive area to explore, new bosses, enemies, abilities, weapons, music and so much more, but we don't have a date just yet, so check out the best of the rest of 2021.